Peter Max's vibrant paintings are full of color, texture, and symbolism. Many of his artworks showcase patriotic symbols of our country. We will be using a variety of materials to make our own mixed media Liberty artwork. When you get your Liberty sheet, you're going to write your name and your teacher code on the back. And we're going to begin by using some chalk pastels to block in some of the colors on our paper. When you're using chalk, remember you don't really need to press very hard because when you take your finger and smooth it around, the color spreads out. So you can see that when I'm adding color here to the background behind my dots, it doesn't need to be perfectly colored in like I would when I'm using a crayon or a colored pencil. I'm even allowing some colors to be next to each other so that when I blend it together, they will kind of blend and look interesting. So this is a Xerox copy of one of the paintings by Peter Max, and we're going to be adding our own color in our own way using a variety of materials to kind of practice 3 different materials. So something you need to know about this is that when you try to use paint on top of a Xerox, any parts that are like the gray or black, the paint doesn't really like to stick to. So that's why I'm using chalk, and you might even use oil pastel as well on the parts that are dark. The parts that are white or light, the paint will stick in to those areas. After I'm finished using chalk, I'm going to move on to oil pastel. Oil pastel works well on some of the areas that look dark. So I'm going to really emphasize the top of the Statue of Liberty's crown here. And the other cool thing about oil pastels is if you lay a color next to a darker color, like I'm using light blue next to my dark blue, those colors are going to kind of blend together. And it's going to look a little bit more three-dimensional, kind of a dark side and a light side, like there's a shadow on the side of the crown. Once I'm finished with both my chalk and my oil pastels, I'm going to fill in all of the open places with tempera cakes. And the spots that I've left open are the spots that kind of show the texture of the paint that Peter Max used on his canvas. So a lot of the texture is showing through on that part of the hair and on the face. So I'm going to use my own color scheme to paint my Statue of Liberty face. And remember, between colors, please make sure that you rinse your brush out in the water so that we don't contaminate colors and we keep them nice and bright and fresh. Once I'm finished painting all of the white places on my artwork, I'm going to go in with black tempera paint. And this black temper paint is really going to make those parts of the painting that are really bold stand out. You also might choose to, outline some of the places that you want to show up beyond just the facial features. So I'm going to kind of give a little bit of an outline to the eyes and the nose and the mouth. You might choose to outline parts of the face or the hair or even the crown. Once you think your artwork is complete, place it on the drying rack. We will be trimming off the edges next week and creating our own border.